without a body, can police ever bring Travis Ellaby to justice?
The case became a waiting game at that point to see if Sharice's body would ever be recovered.
We definitely were very frustrated. Everybody in the family, everybody in our church, they would constantly call and say, any news, any change, do you know anything?
Months become years, but Sharice's mother still holds on to hope.
I always felt that justice would be done. In my heart, I did, because I know God, and I believe that God is a God of vengeance.
In a case where nobody's ever recovered in a homicide, every day that goes by makes it more likely that the victim is in fact deceased and hasn't decided to move and not tell anybody. So the longer the government waits, the better the case gets.
In the end, prosecutors wait until September of 2016.
After about 7 years, I determined that a sufficient amount of time had elapsed, and I was comfortable charging Mr. Ellaby.
On September 12th, detectives finally placed Travis under arrest for first-degree murder.
We just felt all along that he had done something. So we felt kind of relieved, even though we didn't have a body.
When the trial begins in November of 2017, the prosecutor argues that Travis himself gave detectives ample evidence.
We had evidence of his story, which changed dramatically. The defendant was adamant over the course of a month as to what happened. He had intricate details, which were all a fabrication, which he ultimately admitted was not true.
They had the text message as proof stating that he wanted to kill Sharice.
But according to prosecutors, it wasn't until Travis walked Sharice towards the bus stop that Sunday evening that his murderous fantasy became reality.
Something happened on that walk. Whether they got 10 feet or halfway to the supermarket, I don't know. But something happened.
Exactly what, prosecutors can't say. But they do have a theory.
Sharice had plans on leaving Travis.
Travis, I don't think we should see each other anymore.
What?
That was what sent Travis over the edge. The fact that Sharice wanted to break up with him was too much for Travis to handle.
Oh.
Travis, in a blind rage, killed Sharice Reagan.
He probably punched her. She hit her head on something, and it killed him, and he freaked out.
Ultimately, he dumped her body in a dumpster.
Then prosecutors say Travis had tried to cover up what he'd done.
Before Sharice was ever known to be missing, before her mother even knew she was missing, he told his own mother that Marcus picked Sharice up. He started that intricate set of lies the moment he got home.
He was a liar from the beginning.
And didn't stop lying until all the evidence proved and shown that he was not telling the truth.
Attempting to pin what happened on Marcus, who Travis probably blamed for the breakup, was the ultimate revenge.
When it's the defense's turn, they bet everything on the fact that Sharice's body was never found.
The defense primarily argued that the state simply hadn't proven its case beyond a reasonable doubt. Simply put, that the state couldn't prove whether a murder, in fact, had even occurred.
The argument works. To a point.
The judge determined that the prosecution did not 100% prove that Travis intended to kill Sharice. However, the lack of solid evidence also didn't mean that Travis didn't kill her. The judge finds Travis Ellaby guilty of second-degree murder.
Second-degree murder, unlike first-degree murder, does not require the proof of premeditation. Being that no body was ever recovered and the state not being able to prove specifically how the death occurred, it would be difficult to determine that premeditation had taken place.
Travis Ellaby is sentenced to 25 years in prison.
When the judge handed down the sentence, there was no reaction from him.
Travis Ellaby didn't flinch. He remained stoic the whole time, showing no emotion whatsoever.
Sharice's mother has a far different reaction, though.
Mrs. Reagan's burst out crying. After 7 years of waiting, she finally heard that Travis Ellaby was guilty of killing her daughter, Sharice.
I felt relieved. I felt that justice was served.
We were just looking at each other in relief, and happy.
I wished it could be longer from all the pain that he caused me and my family.
Over a decade after she disappeared, Sharice's family still cherishes her memory.
She was a great person, and when I think of Sharice, I think of her smile.
Moments that really bring me joy when I think about my daughter is the weekends that Sharice would spend with my mom, because she was very close to her. They're both gone, and when I think of Sharice and I think of my mom, in light of them both being together, I think those are the times that bring me the most joy.